Good evening. Oh, goodness. Okay. Sorry that keeps happening. Tonight I thought I would revisit an old favorite, Elijah Craig, A123. This was the second best batch last year of 2023. C923 was the best, one of the best ever. But A123 was really good. I reviewed C922. I thought it was about as traditional the profile as you can get. And then you got this curveball with A123 that just sort of went, huh? Let's smell. Oh, just I think an unhappy way to call this nose would be fruit flavored Sharpie marker, like one of those that you would get for a child. A happy way of saying this nose is cherry vanilla soda. I like that. A little bit of waffle cone, cinnamon sugar spice, a little bit of caramel sauce. Sorry, I did the mouth thing again. I know I'm not supposed to do the mouth thing. It's like kind of drives people's ears into dribble. But it helps me taste. It helps me speak. It helps me enunciate. Oh my God. I think I've had a little too much. I'm starting to go crazy. And just oak, a lot of oak in there. Man, this smells good. If Z923 was not the best of the year last year, I think this A123 is almost as good as C922 and probably is number 2 or number 3 best batch for the last probably like 3 years. B524 this year is actually really good. I haven't blinded the two together, but they're just different animals. This is bright. B524 is dark and just, it's a different animal. Let's taste this. Oh, it smells heavenly. Wow. It's like that cherry vanilla cola, that carbonization just fizzles to the back of your esophagus. You get that little bit of oak running its fingertips along the sides of your teeth. And just a lovely mouthfeel. Great finish. I haven't even looked at the legs and at the color here. Dark amber. The funhouse mirror effect is in full throttle. And the mouthfeel is savory but soft. And that oak is sweet. And there's almost a berry, very berry, artificial sweetener like you would get out of a cereal box. Like a Fruit Loop sweetness to that, which is extremely pleasant. If I had to think, Elijah Craig was intentionally moving their barrels in a different direction, look no further than this. This was a really impressive showing by Heaven Hill. And I think they wanted to compete with Stag. This is just me pontificating here, but when you see Elijah Craig Barrel Proof at the time going for $74.99, and you have a Stag, which at the time, Stag Junior, which is $10 less MSRP, and people are willing to pay $300, $250, $200. What? Huh? I mean, if you were any other distillery, would you not want to say to yourself, why is my product $10 more expensive, MSRP, twice the age? Because I think Stags are anywhere from like 6 to 8 years old, or like 6 to 9. This was 12 years old at the time, and older, but usually around 12 years old. So how could they ever say to themselves, we're going to lose money and give people this great value that has our own very much so distinctive flavor profile, and we're just going to leave a couple $100 on the table. Which to their credit, they didn't bump up their prices to secondary pricing like Whistle Pig does, and like a lot of the limited edition whiskeys that are coming out today are doing. But I think they noticed the market's palate and they reacted to it 5 to 9, maybe 12 years ago at some point. They had to have noticed. I don't know. This is just a tin hat foil theory. Let's go back to the whiskey. More vanilla's coming out. Oh, just cherry, vanilla, cola, and a little bit of sweet raspberry. Little graham cracker crust, drizzled with caramel toffee. Delicious dessert bourbon. Gorgeous mouthfeel. This reminds me of, you're sitting on your couch, right? You take a sip of this bourbon, and you hear the back door open, whoosh, bing, hit the side of the door, and a woman wearing a black bustier with thick red lipstick and high heels just starts walking through your living room while you're sitting on the couch as you're tasting this great whiskey. She could be a redhead, but I mean, use your imagination. And as she's walking by, she just kind of gives you a look. And as soon as you open your mouth to take another sip, she's already out the next door, and you're like, or out the front door, and you're like, what? I gotta have a drink. Bam! The back door opens again. She walks right on back through, and she kind of gives you another look. And as you're just finishing your whiskey, you kind of go like, she's out the front door. That's what this reminds me of. The third time around, I'm pretty sure you're going to be looking at this glass and going like, we got to think this through. We're gonna need to figure this one out. Maybe I should move up from the couch before I take another sip. Maybe she'll even remember my name. Wow, this is a great whiskey. In case you hadn't noticed, this is like one of my. I have a few backups of this. This is one of my favorite whiskeys to drink, and it's a testament to what Heaven Hill can produce. And if you haven't tried this whiskey, you're missing out. It was probably the second best batch they've made in 3-4 years, at least 2 years. And it's well worth $100. I would pay $100 for this whiskey. Feel perfectly happy with it. I'm about halfway through. And I think you guys are halfway done with listening to me. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of the evening. And be safe, be healthy, and, look after yourselves. You're the only one who can do that. Good night.